Hello and welcome to Emerald Wasp, an RPG Maker horror game developed by Banya, available on itch.io, and apparently it's about the last survivor of a military operation and also wasps. I guess we'll see. Let's press new game. Or bees. Is it wasps or bees? I mean, the title of the game is Wasp, so I'm assuming wasps, actually. Good. Everyone, please take your seats. Oh yeah, content warning, by the way, I forgot to mention. This is tagged as horror, so there may be some disturbing elements as it flashes through the screen. And also trypophobia, by the way. One of the things that stands out to me is trypophobia. So if you have trypophobia, you might it might not be good for you. I know I do. I have trypophobia, I feel like. Alright. So after that weird intro, it's just a hazing. Come on. Is that so? I take you're not really interested in joining our fraternity, huh? You're chickening out already? Why the long face? We're so nice, we're even letting you choose the place. The bunker. The one built during World War II. Getting tough? That place freaky, but if you insist. I heard there's a treasure, a purple heart hidden somewhere. If you bring it to us, you can join the fraternity. You think you do it right? And that's how it started. I wonder if it was just an accident or more than that, but the wall collapsed right after I entered, and I heard them run away laughing. Damn it. Now I'm trapped. I hope the legends about the tunnels are true. I have to get out of here. Okay. Controls. Good. So I'm assuming we're Leon, I guess? Game controls weirdly, by the way. I'm not sure how to describe it, but like there's a bit of a delay on the movement for some reason. It's strange. I don't like how it controls. I wonder if it's because I have my controller plugged in. Sometimes it causes like weird stuff to happen. You know, sometimes when I have my PlayStation 4 controller plugged in, it causes strange things to happen in video games, you know, like for some reason, like it reads the controller. But it doesn't look like it. I think it's still just weird. Oh well. Whatever. Items. Dog tag. Your good luck charm. It's also broken into. Recites come back alive, Leonid. Leonid? Leonidas? There we go. Alright. A landslide from the ceiling sealed this entrance. Okay, so I mean, according to the prologue, I guess, auto extrapolation from ceiling 2. I guess Leon. Oh, final 20 to access the bonus room. Okay, it's a freaking, how do you say, like it's a platformer, you know, where you gotta like find all the collectibles. I was gonna say though, but yeah, I mean, obviously in the prologue, Leon, I guess, gets trapped in the bunker because of a fraternity hazing or whatever. Oh, a serious piece of handwriting. Alright, oh, this is partial voice acting, I guess. It should be interesting. Is that how Leon sounds like? Alright. Is this from a diary? It looks like somebody hid it here a long time ago. Okay. This is also a diary, a fragmented diary, apparently. We got the medal, but apparently got an UED 20. Note 1. I was captured. I don't know what they're doing or I don't know what they're going to do to me. At least my pals are safe somewhere. What's this place even? They call us workers and say we must pledge loyalty to the Queen. I want to go back home to my family. Okay. Something about Queen, I guess. I mean, some bee vibes already. Hunter even stalking Bonnie? Hunter is here? I'm not sure what you mean, Jose. Hunter. I mean, that reminds me of Little Red Memories, but I don't know why you're referencing that. Anyway, look around some more. Found another medal. Okay, it's gonna be annoying actually. I had to click on everything. It doesn't help that the controls are just kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it, but like when you move, when you press down, yeah, it's like tank controls. That's what it feels like. Yeah, see? It's like when you press the button, your character doesn't move, they turn first. That's so weird. That's such a weird way to do it. A toolbox locked, but old combination locked. Well, I don't have it. Yeah. So developer, I don't know if I ever see this, but I don't think it's a good idea to do that, you know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Especially from a top-down, like, RPG Maker kind of game. I don't know if you want tank controls, you know? It's like, it's weird. Like, if you want your character to turn, maybe, if that's an important game mechanic, then maybe, but even if so, I'd rather we have different buttons, you know? Like, you press, I don't know, like Q and E, like, to rotate instead of, like, the arrow keys, you know? It just feels like very, I don't know, disorientating, but maybe it's just me. Yeah, this is all because of a fraternity, I guess. You know, I never joined a fraternity or whatever. I've always heard about it in media. I always thought it was a myth. I don't know. Am I just a weirdo? I never heard of a fraternity and why you would even join one, because all I heard is that you just get bullied or whatever, you're hazing, you know, and it's like, oh, then you're one of us. It's like, how about I just don't? You know, that sounds like bullshit. Anyway, apparently there's some copper here, but I can't strip it barehanded. Some tallies. Vandalized writings on the wall. There's also a single ominous paragraph you can read. Moreover, the Lord your God will send the Hornet against them until those who are left and hide themselves from you perish. Deuteronomy 7:20, apparently. Turns out it's writings, not tallies, by the way. What a dramatic transition, by the way. The sound. This tree sprouted from the ground a long time ago. Its roots totally destroyed the pavement. This tree had a rough start, just like you. Also happens to be cherry blossoms for some reason. Oh. What planet cherry blossoms here? Doors are firmly shut. It's an old-fashioned elevator. One of the pieces are missing. Robo. I gotta interact with everything, you know, see if I can find all those medals. Something's hanging on the wall, but I guess just looking at it. I mean, is that supposed to be like parts of a hive, maybe? You know, all I know about wasps is that they're basically bees, but like they're more aggressive. You know, they're more likely to sting you, and they hate everything. That's all I know about bees, or rather, wasps. The owner search a hole. A handwriting. Interesting. It should be interesting. I don't. Why is it in here? I could look at it. Diary logs. Note number 2. Writing has become so painful. My escape attempt failed, and as a result, they plucked my fingernails one by one. Classic torture method. When I came back to the elevator, I noticed some pieces were removed. They noticed I hijacked it, and now they're preventing me to use it again. Close image. Okay. It's strange how the game keeps giving you the tutorial messages as well. By the way, that's kind of like a weird design decision. They keep saying like, "Do this. Remember to do this." You know, like for the medal, for example. You know, like collect all 20 to get a bonus thing or whatever. I think you show that once. You don't have to show that every time. It doesn't look that strong. I think it breaks it somehow. Hold on. Let me save the game. I don't know, sounds like a bad idea. Kick the door. Ah, fuck, that hurts. Kick harder! Hiya! Ah, my foot isn't strong as an iron. Okay, that didn't work. I'm actually injured myself. I tried this again. Kick even harder! Hiya! And thus I died. I died from kicking a door too hard, apparently. Can that happen? I don't know. I mean, I guess you can injure your leg. But like, you still be alive, I feel like. Maybe the implication is that you eventually starve to death because you can't walk anymore or something. You know? In that case, it would be interesting. Well, I don't know. It would be interesting game over then in that case. They should show like a special game over. Like you keep kicking the door and then eventually your character injures himself. And then suddenly like a monster, you know, tries to chase you and then you can't run, right? Or something. It would be interesting if that happened. It's just kind of silly actually just die because you injure yourself too much. Modor. Seal glass bottles. They contain hydrochloric acid. I don't know how to say it. Chemical names are hard to pronounce. Hydrochloric. 10 cans of paint. Most of them is pulverized by now, but you can smell a hint of fresh paint. Must be very active by now. Very active? Why? I mean, I know this is a bunker, but usually... I mean, it's a bunker because if there's nuclear war, right? Was there already nuclear war in this setting? I don't know. It's a collection of books about cleaning with chemical solvents. There's a paragraph on iron. Well, I mean, when I think about it, it's kind of dark, but like... Maybe... This is close to the epicenter of... Did they mention World War II? What was it, World War II, I think they said? I was thinking, is this the epicenter of, like, Japan? Of, like... What was the city? Hiroshima? Right? That was the one that got bombed by a nuke. Anyway. But yeah, cleaning chemical solvents. Right? Rust can easily damage and weaken iron. In such a state, it's easy to pulverize and smash it. Mixing hydrochloric... Hydrochloric... Is that how you say it? Hold on. Hydrochloric.
Hydrochloric.
Yeah, it's just hydrochloric. I don't know why is that...
Acid.
I don't know why that seems strange to me. I don't know why. I for some reason, I expect the additional syllable. Like hydrochloric acid or something. But no, it's hydrochloric acid. Mixing that and copper creates a mixture that can really weaken iron. Keep iron away from copper and use vinegar gently to remove any hint of rust. Okay. I mean, I guess that's the puzzle. You mix those chemicals to get past that iron door. But expired cans of solvents, old newspaper clippings, and tons of dust. Looking at the newspapers used on the bottom to prevent spillings, you see articles dating back to the 60s. Alrighty. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Jose. You're talking about some other thing. I'm not sure. Are you talking about like adding other like a crossover? I don't know. That reminds me. I mean, not to I guess harp on you too much, but like that just reminds me just in general about like how people make fan fictions of other like pieces of media. And then they just insert random characters together, I mean, sometimes it works like Smash Brothers, I guess, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of fan fiction out there, people just like add in characters just because they like them for a piece of media, but like they don't even like consider whether or not they actually fit together in the universe. It's like, I don't like that actually. I don't like it when people just add characters from other universes and just assume it works. It's just weird, It feels more like they just added random characters like the cosplayers, They add random cosplayers into one room. They're like, haha, look at these characters. I like them, just because you like them, not because they actually, work well together, like a story, Anyway, it's a random rant, but that's what I've noticed, a lot of amateur, like, writers. I say that as someone who never wrote anything, but, And but I read a lot of stories. That counts, right? Maybe? I don't know. Or at least, stories in general. So I find fan fictions like usually pretty bad. Which is fine, I guess. I mean, sometimes people just write things because, it's just for their own personal whatever, but how do I do this? I want to use my items. Copper. Oh yeah, wasn't there copper? Oh yeah, I gotta get copper first. Hold on. Where's the copper thing? Okay, well, we need to strip that copper, but we don't have anything to strip it with. Yeah, we gotta look around some more. What's this? Search for blank? Bunker came up empty by blank. The disappearance of the members of Operation Rassvet has long been the subject of rumors and intrigue. Also car, I guess. A QR code, by the way? Well, I don't know what that is. Wait, did they invent QR codes back then? You know, is that part of the game? Do I have to use a QR code to use my phone? I don't know. That'd be weird if that's the case. I feel like very like anachronistic. Even if they're trying to do something cute, you know, like fourth wall break. I'm not sure. I don't know. So this tally thing, 0720. I don't know if that is. Well, let's see. I don't know if that's the amount of numbers I need. 0720. I got wire cutter. I also found a gun. Good. What? You want to take the gun? My name is Leon. Turns out there's, there's a Resident Evil. No, I don't know why there's an option to not take the gun. I feel like take the gun. Yeehaw. All right. So okay. So we got a wire cutter and okay. So we gotta go to here. I think. So wire cutter on this thing. Got the copper strings. Got the wire cutter. Yes. Yeah. All right. There you go. I got some copper strings. Let me double check. I don't know. I'm paranoid now. Okay, I just wanted to double check. I don't know because apparently the developer is hiding metals everywhere. I was wondering if I need to use it. You know, if I interact with an object I already interacted with, and suddenly you get a medal or something. I don't know. All right, so got metal, got a gun. I'm assuming. Let's see. Same. Pour the mixture. There you go. Mix the copper with the solvent. And now you can kick the door. Fuck yes. Good. I swear while you do it. Check the rubble as well. Oh. Something's coming from the locker. Well, what do I do? Say again. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, I'm stuck. Please help. Wait, what? Oh, okay. We don't actually get to shoot them. Okay. Let me just interact with this. It turns out I can like move around. All right.
That was easy.
Again, partial voice acting. That was easy. Apparently, that's his voice. Oh, thank goodness. I owe you one, kiddo. What's your name? Oh, come on. I just want to know the name of my savior. By the way, I'm Archie. Nice to meet you. Ugh. I'm Leonid. Leonid? How you pronounce it? Leonid? Leonid? I know Leon. Leonid? Is it Leonid? Leonid. I don't know. Don't be so cold. I told you did me a solid. We're brothers from now on. Leonid. Like the Spartans king? So, what were you doing here? I was, let's say doing graffiti. You totally look like you look like a burglar to me. Heh. You see right through me, don't you? That was easy. Well, yeah. I thought I could make a small fortune in these ruins. Oh my. I was just joking. So you really are a burglar? Oh, you were joking. Oh right. The voice clips don't fit the dialogue. Anyway, never mind. Given the circumstances, how about we hang together for a while? You join the party. I never asked for this. Get out of my party. I fire you. I put you in the Pokemon PC and release you. No, why are you hiding in the locker? No. How did you even fit in there? Oh, because it was empty, of course. Nothing of value was left. But I digress. I heard a sudden loud noise and I didn't have much time to think. I wanted to get out immediately, but it got locked. Or I got locked accidentally from the outside. How long have you been here there then? I'm not sure myself. You know, I don't know. I feel like the voice acting for Leon, at least from what I remember, I don't know. To me, when I look at Leon, he sounds more like, say, you're a burglar, right? You know, like a deeper voice. I don't know. He seems like that. He seems like that kind of guy. But I don't know. From the voice acting, though, his voice apparently is not that deep. I want to give him like a super deep voice, but Apparently it's not. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Say you're a burglar, right? I prefer material properties manager.
This should be interesting.
Well, can you do something for me? Sure, what is it? This place is full of locked doors. I can't lockpick them myself.
All right.
Say no more, my friend. Show me the door and I'll open it for you. Really? You're doing this for real? And how else will you enter? Do you expect the hidden spare keys to drop from the ceiling or something? Oh, by the way, I heard a loud crash before. I think we should check the entrance first. Okay. Guess I'll save the game. Okay, so we go to entrance apparently. Apparently he's 24, by the way. Conveniently, he's just 24 years old. We just know that. A Beretta 92, use it wisely. Also 99 lockpicks. I guess he hoarded it from Skyrim. Now I get what that loud crash was. Don't worry, leave it to me. Ow! And none of the rocks even budged. I don't alarm you, buddy, but this is bad. Well, that seemed obvious to me. I mean, this is the only entrance I know, too. Unless you know another way to get out of here. Now we're fucked. I hope you have more survival knowledge than me or we're fucked. I went camping when I was 5, hope that counts. Well, we have to find a solution. That is another exit. Alright, I can't leave that way, I guess. Also check the elevator. It looks like you only go downstairs. Probably was used to transport something. Do you know how to hijack it? Or hijack it? Maybe. If we can find the missing piece, I can make it work no problem. So what do you need? Well, let's see. I need to switch the control unit, the motor, and the sheave. Sheave? Never heard of that before. Sheave? Do you think you're bringing them to me? I'm going to assume that's a real thing. Yeah, I have no idea. Alright, so now we can, okay, okay, minigame, up, down, left, right. Okay, it's a freaking Skyrim. Okay, it's freaking it really is like Skyrim minigame. Seriously? Okay, it's a little strange. Okay. I mean, that is kind of impressive in a way, because you just basically imported the Skyrim lockpicking minigame, you know, into an RPG Maker game, I guess. It felt kind of strange, you know. This reminds me of Skyrim. Skyrim or Oblivion? Which one was it that had that minigame? I know they have different minigames though, I think, right? No. Or is it like Fallout? Anyway. Rusty Plater cites Project Beelzebub, right where a pile of books are missing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the demon, the fly demon. The Winter's Tale, Shakespeare. He has a son who shall be flayed alive, then anointed over with honey, set on the head of a wasp's nest. Then stand till he be 3/4 in the dram dead, then recovered again with aqua vita or some other hot infusion. Then raw as he is, and in the hottest day, prognostication proclaims, shall he be set against a brick wall. The sun looking with southward eye upon him, whereas behold him with flies blown to death. Great. The Beehive. It's a recollection of a social experiment, just a prank, bro. Most of the documents are missing or jumbled up. Okay, wow, that's a lot. Sure. Okay, whilst our social animals are hard workers, the bait of the queen. However, their life expectancy is very short-lived. Society of expendable villagers that die before their queen. The name Wasp has been used for many warships and other military equipment. Okay. Queen wasps in adult stage can hibernate. While all wasps have a life expectancy of 22 days at maximum, the queen can live more than 1 year. Queen wasps in the adult stage can hibernate. Repeat for some reason. Repeat dialogue. This doesn't apply to parasitic wasps. Those infected by the X Vesperium female survive and overwinter like future queens. This is the only occurrence where a common wasp can imitate the same status of a queen. Okay. Many of the solitary wasps are prostodio, meaning they lay eggs on or in other insects. That's disturbing. Any life stage from egg to adult, and often provision their own nests with such hosts. Unlike true parasites, the wasp larvae eventually kill their hosts, of course. Wasp society is divided in classes. The workers are the basis of the colony. They provide food, scouting, nesting, and take care of the larvae and pupae. The drones are created only for reproductive purposes. After mating successfully, the lifespan is over and they die. The queen's life essence of the colony. She spends her whole life in the nest. If the queen dies, the whole colony dies. But they're also parasitic wasps. These wasps are antisocial and can take the same role as the queen. The emerald wasp is one of them. Title drop. Zombification already exists in nature. Species such as snails, ants, grasshoppers, and cockroaches with zombie traits have been observed. Among them, wasps are the deadliest. Their parasitic nature gains them access to the neural system of their victim's brain. Okay, is that real? I'm not sure if that's real. I do know apparently wasps are kind of messed up. The part about them laying eggs in someone else, I think that's true. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a bee expert. Again, I don't know if there's a difference between bees and wasps. I mean, I know there's a difference, but I don't know if it's like, are they under the same umbrella? I mean, they are pretty similar to bees. I just know that they, they're way more, again, way more hostile. Himeno, what? It's the order of the family of wasps. Just a fancy scientific name of it.
All right.
You're so knowledgeable. I bet you're gonna become a great scientist one day. It reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z dub. You know, what Vegeta said. Like, even though it's just made up, but like, he said like Goku's like father, he was a mediocre fighter, but he was a great scientist or something, which made no sense. It was just made up for English dub. I think, anyway. Left wing is scientific research department. Project QK Hilltop. This experiment studied brainwashing techniques and used to develop new methods of interrogation starting in 1954. This included, but not limited to, imprisonment, deprivation, humiliation, torture, and hypnosis. The research team, under Dr. Wolf's assistance, began to formulate a plan with which they would develop drugs and various brain-damaging procedures. Great. Project Monarch. Named by a monarch butterfly. For the feeling of being lifted through vertigo, similar to the flooding of a butterfly, was given electroshock treatment. When given electroshock treatment, rather. Also, there was a symbolic representation. From a larvae to a beautiful butterfly, it was a process of metamorphosis. It was indeed a form of disassociation of the individual provoked to create multiple personalities in the mind of the subject. In both of these experiments, a central personality was created, then a secondary one that was actively given certain stimuli. The victim or slave behaves like a computer that executes precise code. The central personality has no recollection of the slave's actions. It was an exploited defense mechanism of the mind. Okay? I think it's just to explain... I don't know, I think the game is setting up, there's a bunch of fucked up, experiments, and suddenly you have, like, wasp, parasite, zombie people or something. I think that's what the game is trying to say, basically. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know, maybe. Project Artichoke. In attempt to answer the question, can we get control of an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will and the laws of nature, in 1950, a series of projects were started. One of these programs, Project Artichoke, studied hypnosis, forced morphine addiction, drug withdrawal, and the use of chemicals to incite amnesia in subjects. A related program was registered as Project Monarch. Okay, there's a lot of lore here. I'm trying to go through it fast, But after Eichmann's trial, psychologist Stanley Milgram wanted to better understand why people obey. Are people accomplices or just following orders? Yeah, I actually am familiar with this one. The study involved ordering participants to deliver increasingly painful shocks to another person, an actor pretending to be injured unbeknownst to them. The participants fully believed that they were giving electric shocks to the other person. Pressured by the authorities, 65% of the participants continued to deliver painful and fatal shocks to the victim even when begged by the victim to stop. They agreed with a death sentence, and they thought they had killed a man. Yeah, I heard about this, actually. I heard about that experiment. I don't remember the conclusion or the result anymore. I don't know how ethical it is. It's funny. There's a lot of really, how do you say, metal, social experiments that was done like a few decades ago or something, that you couldn't do today. But there were some really messed up experiments that people did. But you can't do it nowadays because of something called ethics, But corpus callosotomy. It's possible to divide the consciousness. Corpus callosotomy cuts the matrix fiber of nerves that separates both brain hemispheres. This results in two independent conscious entities existing simultaneously within the mind. That sounds like sci-fi. I don't know if that's a real thing. But that reminds me of a TV show, actually. It reminds me of a TV show called Severance, actually. I watched that. Apparently, it's a TV show about exactly that, separating the consciousness in your brain. So, like, there's two versions of you, Like, when you go to sleep, another person wakes up instead, And vice versa is the idea, or something like that, in Severance, in a way. It's also a reference to, corporate work culture, but anyway. There's a large book that has no pages. It's actually a box. Open it. Oh, here we go again. I guess they give you 99 lockpicks for a reason. Oops, I didn't mean to exit. I used the arrow keys. It's funny. Can you, fail? You have 99 lockpicks, but what happens if you, use up all your lockpicks? I'm assuming you have 99 lockpicks, or maybe your lockpicking level is 99. I don't know. I got the sheave. Is that real? I don't know what a sheave is. Apparently, it's a piece of an alloy. I don't know. I guess I'm not an elevator engineer. I don't know what a sheave is. The article reads like this: Wasps are huge bastards, allies in biological warfare. They have a striking similarity to humans in the fact they recognize not only their kin, but faces too. Both social wasps and honeybees use alarm pheromones to warn their buddies about nearby dangers. The cover of this book is faded with dust. There are some clippings on the pages. Alright. 1414. Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. 1414. This is Samson's riddle, a riddle that appears in the biblical narrative about Samson, which he wagered to 30 Philistine guests. The riddle was impossible to guess with deduction, as it was based on a private experience of Samson's, who killed a lion and found bees and honey in its corpse. The Philistines, who could not solve the riddle, were slain to pay the terms. What? That sounds unfair. Therefore, the solution to the riddle is as follows. What is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion? And that's just... that's just completely unfair. It's just like, by the way, can you guess what I'm thinking of? Randomly? Basically, that's the riddle, Can you just, guess what I'm thinking? That you have no prior knowledge of? Also, 720. I mean, that's the thing we saw before, right? Yeah, autonomy. This is the first verse in the Bible mentioning hornets. Other famous ones are found in Exodus and Joshua. Okay. Also, Cantus Third. The first part of the Italian epic poem Divine Comedy, the Inferno describes Dante's journey through hell, guided by the ancient Roman poet Virgil. Okay, this reminds me of Devil May Cry. Is this where their names came from? I didn't know that, actually. In Cantus III, we see those who didn't take a side during the rebellion of angels. They race through the mist in eternal pursuit of an elusive wavering banner while relentlessly chased by swarms of wasps and hornets who continually sting them. How annoying. Okay. Bee-related, Bible verses. I guess, I don't know, Divine Comedy counts as the Bible, but it's biblical, I guess. This is Shining, by the way. Okay. Well, it's Shining, but I guess we already read that. I guess that's it. I guess we read everything. There's a lot of lore, by the way. There's a lot of lore. What YouTubers do I know? I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. Do I know, personally? No, but I think, I mean, I watch a lot of people on Twitch, actually. Oops, I keep exiting. I keep forgetting I have to use the arrow keys to do it. I think my list of subscriptions, by the way, people who I subscribe to, is actually public, as far as I know. Maybe? Well, let's Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I guess if you want a full list of the people I subscribe to, I think it's on my channel. At least when I go to my channel. I don't know if it's private or not automatically. I think by default it just shows you who you're subscribed to. I could be wrong though. It kind of reminds me actually. Recently, I think yesterday, I was going through my list of subscriptions and kind of checking who I don't watch anymore, to be honest. Anyway, some tiles are loose. When you scrape the paint off the walls, you can read this incision. Incision? The path will open when the stars will be devoured.
This should be interesting.
It should be interesting. I don't know, that voice. I'm not sure. Anyway, interesting. I'll check this later. Okay. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. This should be... No, that's what it sounds like to me, but maybe... Because, you know, whenever... Like, for anyone, really, whenever you, like, say something, I guess, your voice, rather, it always is different from when it's actually recorded, I feel like, slightly. Because there's no resonance in your head when your voice goes through the microphone. So when I'm trying to imitate that voice, it might not sound exactly like that. Maybe it's a little exaggerated, I don't know. Anyway. To me, it just sounds like, it should be interesting. You know, like a little, I don't know, a little high-pitched, a little nasally. Well, to me, it doesn't fit, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. The machine is too damaged to regain functionality. Some parts, though, seem to be in good shape. You search inside. You found the control unit. Well, there you go. I think we have all the parts of the elevator, I think. What was this again? It's old machinery. Hey, I know this one. It's an old seismometer. What does it do? They record seismic movements and earthquakes. They're usually combined with a timing device and a recording device to form a seismograph. Great. I don't know how that helps us, but sure. Oh, that thing behind the machines. You see that? There's honey dripping from the closet. Weird. I think we shouldn't touch this. I'll touch it. Sorry for cussing. Did you cuss? I didn't see that actually. Maybe it got like auto filtered by YouTube. I didn't know YouTube had a mod thing. Or maybe no. Actually, I think I have Nightbot enabled, but I don't think I enabled anti-swearing. Did I? Maybe I did. I can't remember now. I'm not sure. Anyway, you must. I guess it must have automatically been deleted because I didn't see that. Unless I have live chat on. You know, there's two modes. There's top chat and live chat. Top chat, I guess, can filter certain messages. Anyway, do I sub to Melly Bass here? I mean, if you ever watch a lot of my videos, I guess, that would be obvious because I always make a lot of references. Wait, you didn't cuss? Now you're confusing me. What are you talking about? You saying you're sorry for cussing, but then you didn't cuss. That's so weird. What are you talking about? Anyway, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to put the parts in the elevator. Activate the elevator.
Right.
Oh, right. Well then, time to assemble.
That was easy.
Piece of cake. Am I a genius or what? Yeah, you are. You did good. Alright, well the elevator works, I guess. It's now functional. We can go downstairs. Nothing will go wrong. Totally. Now, who's this? What? Surrender. We got you cornered. If you cooperate, we won't harm your comrades. You decide. I refuse. Daga kotowaru. No. Very well. I knew you would be reasonable. The Queen will be pleased when you'll pledge loyalty to Her Majesty. Workers, take him to the rows. We'll sort this poor excuse of a soldier later. And about the soldiers. Ah! I guess the rest of the soldiers are dead? I don't know. So basically, this is how you end up locked up here. A hazing? In a secluded bunker? Already 6 feet under, they might as well have brought flowers before sending you here. So why didn't you just wait at the entrance for them to call some backup? I have to retrieve that purple heart first. And also, while I was looking for another exit, I found this. Found diary entries? I believe there's somebody else trapped here. It's a faint possibility, but I can't ignore it. Oh, yeah. On that matter, hey man, I don't know how to tell you, but I gotta get this off my chest. What's up? You see, when I was hiding in the locker, I wasn't hiding from the police. I actually think there's something in this place. What? I must sound crazy. Come on, would I ever lie to you? Well, I just met you, so I don't know. What did you see? It had a large beast, I'm pretty sure. But it was tall and standing. Black fingers. And a red eye. The other was black. I mean, the red eye was glowing in the dark, kinda. It was dark and I couldn't see well, though. Well, that's that, I guess. No proof, but you gotta trust me. Wasn't this place abandoned? But judging by the don't cross signs, it should be. And if it's not just an animal or an addict, you mean something was living here long before. Why didn't you tell me sooner? And if I did, would you believe it? Probably you asked me if I was high. Gonna get out of here, okay. I don't know. Archie looks like very similar to the title image, you know, of the game. But like maybe he is different? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure. Also hive stuff, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Also something sticking out engine. I got some more handwriting.
Interesting.
This again. A diary log, note number 3. I started to hear a voice whispering in my head. It's too loud and insistent to be the wind. Maybe it's what they call an earworm? Have I gone crazy? I don't know. It's not an earworm. It's a ear wasp. Buzz buzz. How many people have I subbed? I don't know. You tell me. I don't keep count. It's pitch black. I can't see a damn thing. Hold on, let me try something. Wonder who that is. Okay. There you go. Okay. The guy with the hat. I don't know. Anyway. Which, again, looks suspiciously similar to Archie. Say the game. Decorated tile. The holes could fit 4 little spheres. It seems a particular type of lock. Let's look for something big enough to fit the holes and should be able to crack it up, no problem. Sand room. Vines. I'm sure there'll be something sharp to cut laying around here somewhere. Let's go, buddy. Oh, right. I don't know. It's just so chipper, I guess. But I guess it makes sense. I guess he's supposed to be like optimistic, maybe positive type person that was always looking at the bright side of things. Maybe that's why he sounds so chipper in the voice acting. The sand is overflowing, reaching the level of your shoulders. You see something on the other side. Diving into the sand is out of the question. I wonder if there's something around I can catch it with. Yeah, it looks like the sand will touch our shoulders. Let's investigate our surroundings. Okay. I'm assuming we'll go back up, actually, because there's still some stuff I haven't really finished looking at, I feel like. You know, the character set to come back or something. Cards are scattered on the floor. There are many copies of the Queen of Diamonds. You found a medal. Great. Find 20. There's a lot of medals I gotta find. I only have like 6 of them. I'm not even gonna bother trying to find them all. It seems difficult, but like if you miss like one thing and then it's like, you know, you gotta go around looking for it. Again, it's like collectibles in a platform game, you know. This is Orion's constellation, or this is the Orion constellation. The stars are Mintaka, Alnilam, Anekak, Miesa. The big dots represent Beltegus, Rigel, Bellatrix, and Scythe. I don't pronounce any of these. Good. This is Wasp 12, the Auriga constellation. It was among the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy. Its main stars are Capella, Auriga, Beta, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of different, I guess, symbols. I don't know. Asile Almaz. That's strange. Why is it like... Well, this is Alpha Auriga, and then they swapped it? You know, isn't that strange, by the way? It's like... They put this in brackets, but then for the next one, they don't put it in brackets. It's like the reverse for the rest. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway. Whatever. Radiation. Dr. Carl Tanzler's process. In 1940, the doctor was brought to court for maliciously destroying a grave or removing the body of a woman without authorization. He kept the body 7 years at home. He brought her clothes, served her dinner, and read books for her. Great. Tanzler was planning to transport her body high into the stratosphere so that radiation from outer space could penetrate its tissues and restore life to her somnolent form. Is that how it works? I don't know if that's how it works. You notice that the word radiation is circled in the sign of attention. The Legend of Rassvet. Okay. What is this like random, like, how do you say, I forget the word for it, but, you know, like, meta game, you know, basically. Fourth wall breaking meta game or something. But Legacy of Rassvet. 1987, Rassvet was a model surprise. Started as an intelligence operation and became one of the most mysterious disappearances to this day. None of the members of the operation was landed in the area. Blank were found. Research by Fleet Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard Air Sea Rescue craft failed to turn up a clue to the missing soldiers even decades later. Among the missing soldiers are Xavier, Claus, Gerald, Bala. Alright. Again, I gotta look at that code again though. What is this? What do you call it when you're like... When you're like, ARGs, that's what it was. ARGs. Alternate, yes. Alternate reality game. ARG. That's what it was. That's what I was trying to remember. Anyway, I just paused the entire game for that. Probably on YouTube, gonna add that part up. Anyway. That was what I was trying to remember. So, yeah. So this reminds you of an ARG. You know, I don't know if it is or not, but like... The QR code as well also reminds me, look at it. It's like as if it's some kind of ARG. I don't know if there's an ARG in this game. At least that's what it seems like. I don't know. But how do I interpret this, by the way? So there's like this random code here. Like, what the heck is this? It looks like a URL code. You know, it's like a video, like a YouTube video. You know, like searches on YouTube video. Maybe actually. It's like a URL link for YouTube. There's also this, which looks to be, this looks to be, what do you call it? A Morse code. And that reminds me, actually, the store page has this Morse code on it. What the heck? Is this actually an ARG or something? I don't know how... What? I don't know. I don't know how, like, involved I'll get in this, but, like, this does seem like an actual ARG, sort of. Anyway, alright, let's get back on track. So there's some kind of like weird ARG thing going on. I'm not entirely sure how much of this relates to the actual game, but something about Morse code, and like it looks like a URL. Maybe I'll explore that a little bit later. For now, I'll play the game normally, I guess. I don't know how involved this game is. I was gonna play this for like an hour or something, but like, maybe it's longer than that, you know? I don't know. Cards are scattered on the floor. The mini comics going down. Okay, I think I already read that. Anyway. Wasp nests are infesting the walls. I feel sick. Actually, I think I already... Alright, that's just that. Double checking. Because there's a book on the desk as well. I thought
All
I don't know which
right.
bio. Yeah, right. It actually fits the voice acting this time. Let's get this done real quick. Music stopped for some reason, kind of creepy. Oops. Not that. Hey! Ah, shit, it's him! Alright. I'm back alive? What's that weird voice acting? Intruders. Leon, run! Time to run with my never mind. I'm just dead. What the heck? Go! Your character turns as you press the buttons. Weird. I hate it. Anyway, that's one of my major criticisms of this game, by the way. Quick, Leon, let's block the door. I'll keep it shut, but it can't stall very long. Grab something to block the doorknob. That doesn't help. Table? Glass shards? That doesn't help really. Hand? Ow. I'm dead. Hey, a time limit's 0, but like, it's still going, you know? It's weird. I guess you don't get a game over yet. Maybe you're supposed to move the chair? Oh, okay, I get it now. I thought you were supposed to grab, he said like to grab something. So I thought you could pick up the chair, but maybe you're supposed to move the chair. It's too late now, because I already moved it up, you know, so it's like I can't do anything. That. Oh, I think the game is soft lock, by the way. I can't like exit. Grab something, block door. Okay. I soft locked myself last time for some reason. Apparently the countdown goes all the way down. Nothing happens. Weird. Ow! Why is this weird? What's going on? Why does it do that? Why? I don't know. I guess I hold down the button, like it keeps pushing it for some reason. Anyway, so that's what you're supposed to do. You block the door handle with the stool. Good grief. Yada yada does it. You. What are you doing here? Step back. Now. What now? What are you doing? He'll totally get in. He won't. It's loaded. As soon as he opens the door, he's dead as dust. Well then. Who are you? Did you capture my colleagues? My colleagues? I guess his fraternity guys, but like, didn't his fraternity people left already? I don't know. This is not important. It's you. I know it's you, kid. Buzz buzz. Is he gone? I believe so. Good gracious. I feel all my muscles burning. Might as well sit on that stool. That like glitches out, you know, when you click on it, you go like, ah! Like, I don't know why it does that. It's so weird. Yeah. Anyway. The stench is horrendous. Let's just close it, okay? Cockroaches crawl everywhere, by the way. Alright. Save the game. But yeah, 2 complaints so far. Well, really 1 complaint, really. It's just the controls, you know? The controls is just weird. Like, I don't know, your character just like rotates, you know? When you use the arrow keys. It's just so weird. Not very good for chase sequences. And also the soft lock here. Strange soft lock, by the way. Like, if you didn't understand that you need to push the stool, by the way, like, I think most players would do what I did, to be honest. They would, like, interact with the stool first, not realizing that if you interact with the stool, you're actually pushing it, you know? Because the closest distance is here, and then you just push it, and then the stool, like, pushes up, and then you're stuck forever. You know, you're like, it's a soft lock. Whoops. I thought you're supposed to pick up something, you know, like these glass shards. Mirror shards on the frame they used to reflect the painting on the opposite wall. Yeah, sharp mirror shards. Great. From the faded label, you understand that it's vodka. Wipes away your tears, removes your fears. Yeah, vodka. It's a song, dude. It's a song. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Potted plant. Also, by the way, some skeletons just hanging out. You know, just hanging out. In the middle. Archie stares at you. He seems quite shaken. And I'll just question him. Hey Archie, calm down, he's gone. Sorry man, I thought you'd get me this time, No need to apologize, but I need you to be honest with me. Who are you really? Why are you here? And I mean for real. We need to share all the info we have if you want to come out of this safe and sound. You won, my homie, my homie. As I told you already, I don't know who he is. The uniform he's wearing though is one of the Operation Rassvet. I heard it on the news once. The members of the operation were allegedly vanished. Presumably dead. My boss was involved with the operation. He sent me here to retrieve a secret document before the authorities do, but said nothing about survivors. I didn't lie to you, I'm just a clueless guy. You can consider me the expendable pawn a criminal wouldn't mind to waste. Here, take this. I found it while I was scavenging the upper floor. Looks like those war diaries or something. Okay, so another piece of a diary. I guess Archie has no relation to that, Wasp man, I guess. They look kind of similar to me, but maybe it's just the art style. Alright. So I guess another diary log. Is not number 6? Did I skip a lot? I guess I missed 4 and 5. My old pals came for me. I thought they were going to save me, and yet their Beretta was pointing at me. Why? Didn't they recognize me? Was it when they yelled at me, monster, that I... Xavier, Claus, Gerald, I'm sorry. Impeccable handwriting, by the way, as it was like a font type, According to the image, anyway. The skeletal remains of a man. Their decor seems to be jewelry of some sorts, but it's only shining glass. Surprisingly well taken care of, has one gemstone in left orbit. Left orbit? I guess left part of his head, or I don't know. Are you sure? Wait, hold on. When the game says, are you sure? I don't know. You obtained red gemstone. Okay, nothing happened. I didn't die. Bones emerging from muddy terrain. Just whose bones are these? Spooky, scary skeletons. Close. You see a big hole beyond the orbit. What's orbit? It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's not a word I would use. Maybe they mean skull? I'm not sure. Put your finger in it. Put your finger into the hole in the cranium. The skull cracks low. Ouch. Oh no, this is a bad omen. I don't like this, man. You have a bad feeling about this. Oh no, what do you mean? I don't know. That like causes something to happen later in the game? I'm not sure. Ready to go when you are. Monarch butterflies are pinned in the frames. The wings are decaying. Ow, stop, ow. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I have to go back, though. Hold on. Let's check over here. Achievement unlocked, apparently. Great. Okay, look at this thing. Wow. Cool. The skeletal foot doesn't belong to other bones, at least it doesn't give you this impression. Because he was kind of blocking the way top here. Anyway. Guess that's it. Alright. Well, got chased by a man, got to this red gemstone. They it asked us if we were like, if we were, sure, to grab that gemstone. I don't know if it's cursed or not. Anyway, we cut these vines with a mirror shard. Why not? Yeah. And of course, the tool shatters as soon as you use it. You keep a little piece apparently as well. More wasps, more wasp hives, I guess, or waspness. A decrepit wooden bed deprived of its mattress. Wasps have infested with their hives. I inspected. You take the matter in your own hands and inspect the bed. Ow! Hey man, did you get stung? Are you alright? Yeah, it hurts. As he had salt to the wound, there's nothing here. What was I expecting? I don't know. I mean, you can keep inspecting all of them. I don't know if I want to. now that I just got stung. Also, the game keeps asking me if I'm really sure about something. You put your hands in the barrel, then you die. Oh, you got that.
Right.
Oh, neat. Now we can drop it in the sand. Sand will flow right through it, but we might be able to trap something in there. Okay, this is very, like, specific idea, but sure. Jars meticulously stored. Wait, is that honey? Is that supposed to go to the kitchen? Not necessarily. In fact, it can be used for preserving corpses, too. I'm suddenly not hungry anymore. Were you seriously thinking of digging in? Are those jars human embryos? It seems so. They're preserved in formaldehyde. Oh goodness, embryos. You didn't bat an eye, I'm impressed. I'm used to seeing these kinds of things during classes. No chain. Do I want to pull stuff? I only have so many saves, I guess. Only 20 files? Come on, give me more. Alright, well, I guess I'll see about that. Really? Why does he keep asking me that? Are you really sure? If it hit your head, you would have died. Interesting. Actually, I wonder if Archie was like standing under it, you know, would that have killed him? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, okay. Nothing happened, by the way. Okay. I thought it would kill him or something, but no. I mean, I guess in RPG Maker terms, I don't think it. You know, him following behind you is an actual sprite. You know, it doesn't actually interact with the world. So, kind of disappointing. Well. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think we move on, unless there's like a thing we get from the beds. I'm not sure. I don't know if to inspect of every bed. All right. So, the game. Well, we got a net, so I guess we can inspect this sand, maybe. You see something on the other side. You want to catch it with the net? Sure. The sand flows through the net, yet you're able to get something stuck in it. The net retrieves two small objects. You obtain a red gemstone and a medal. Okay, so we have 2 red gemstones now. 4 little spheres. I'm assuming, yeah, you can put those gemstones there, but we still need 2 more, however. We already went this way, and that's when we got chased. I go downstairs, maybe? It's a flooded floor, never mind. I do wonder, though. Well, actually, let's see. Since the guys left, maybe you can go in here now? Oh, I'm in control, by the way. Alrighty. Torture time? Happy fun torture time. What you did to the colony is unforgivable. The Queen commanded to keep you alive. The Queen commanded to keep you alive? Commanded to keep... I don't know, weird, I feel that the sentence is weird to me for some reason. Yeah, the Queen commanded us to keep you alive, but we're not benevolent as Her Majesty. Luckily, we can fix you.